Hi everyone, it's Jill at Greenwood Girl Cards, and I have a few things to show you tonight, some things that I've been working on. I made a set of Christmas tags, and it uses some paper from Amuse Studios. They're a Seattle-based company, and this is their 'Twas the Night Before Christmas paper. And so I took a Sissix tree die, and I cut it out of the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas paper, and then I backed it with some oatmeal cardstock, so it's actually 2 die cuts, and then I glued them together for a little more stability. I outlined it with some brown ink and some mercury glass glitter, and then I added some little tags at the top and a rusty jingle bell. And the tags say various things, but the Merry Christmas stamp here is from a Technique Tuesday set. I believe it's an Allie Edwards set, but I'm not sure. It may just be a Technique Tuesday stamp set. And then this little no peeking comes from Paper Tray Inks Holiday Friendship Jar Fillers, or Friendship Jar Fillers Holiday, I think is the name of the set. And then it also has a little star tag, which is also a PTI die, stamped with a little snowflake, which is from a Simon Says Stamp Christmas set from this year. Sorry, that's out of focus slightly. But anyway, I made a set of these tags, and they're all a little bit different. This one says Peace and Joy, and it has a little tiny stitched stocking attached to it also, and that is a die from W+9, one of their Christmas sets from this year. This one says Happy Christmas, and it has a little star tag, the jingle bell, and then another one of the little stockings, but this one is stamped in green. So that one says Happy Christmas. I'm sorry I'm not staying in focus very well. This one says Welcome Baby Jesus, and it has some snowflakes stamped on it, and a red stocking, and a little Star of David, and the Christmas tree again. This one says, in red this time, has a little circle die from Paper Tray Ink with a heart. That's from the Loveless Here die collection. A no peeking again, and then Happy Holidays. And I believe that is a Paper Tray Ink stamp. So, and then these say to and from on the back, although I think I missed stamping to and from on one of them, so I'll need to go back and do that. Okay. And then this one says Happy Christmas, and has a little stocking also in red. And then on this one I actually glittered, I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually, I don't know if my camera there, you see the little lines here, there's some little dashed lines on this die cut. So on some of them I left it plain, but then on some of them I put glitter on the dashed line. There you go, you can kind of see. So anyway, so that is my set of 6 tags. And Paper Tray Ink is doing a huge blog hop on the 25th, and they're asking that you make a set of 6 tags using at least one Paper Tray Ink product. I did use their cardstock on these cards, or on these tags, but I'm probably going to do another set of tags that I'm going to upload on the day of the blog hop. So I'm going to show you some of the other samples that I've been making in the last couple weeks. I'll set these over here. Okay, so this is another tag that I made, and this is using a new stamp set that was designed by Heather with Paper Tray Ink, and it says Joy to the World. And this was my first attempt at this tag, and the only problem is that the Joy to the World is stamped a little bit off. So I might have to redo this one, or just put a new circle in there and pop it up or something to get the stamping straight. But anyway, this is the design of the tag, and you're supposed to make a set of 6. So if I have time, I'm going to make 5 more and use this as a set of tags for the blog hop. So that's one. And then this is another tag design that I did the other day. This one says Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and that is from a stamp set designed by Dawn McVeigh, a little $5 set that has some really cute sentiments in it. I love the way the detail is on the capital letter in the Merry, and there's a couple other sentiments in that set. And then it uses the In the Meadow dies, this little sledder, and he's sledding down the hill. And then I used, of course, gingham paper because you know me and my red checked gingham for Christmas. I have to use gingham. And then this little shiny, whatever you call this, ribbon was on sale at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to take you down here really quick. At Hobby Lobby, I picked up they were on sale for 50 cents or something one day. And it's just, they were $1 originally, but I got them for 50 cents. They were on sale for 50% off, or I don't know, they were either 50 or 60 cents a piece. So anyway, I picked some of this up in both red and green to use as the ribbon on my tags this year. So that's what you're seeing on there. This, I guess you'd call it like tinsel thread or tinsel ribbon or whatever. So that's another tag design. And I'm going to try and get 6 of these made by the day of the blog hop. So that would be two different tag styles or so that I can upload. And then, you know, whenever you make the tree die cuts, of course, you're going to end up with a negative. So what I did was, when I was really careful when I cut them out, and I kept the negative pieces, and I created cards with them. And this is just a piece of pattern paper from a Fancy Pants Designs 6x6 paper pad. And I just lined the paper behind the die cut, the leftover negative piece, and then I outlined it in some mercury glass glitter again, both on the edge here and the edges of the die cut. And then I added this Stampin' Up! Die with a Technique Tuesday Merry Christmas sentiment stamp and a little piece of twine. It's a very simple Christmas card, but it looks, in person especially, it's very pretty. Kind of old-fashioned looking. So I made that one, and I'll just take you through. Of course, I had a bunch of these left over after doing all those tags. So I made this one. Here, let me set that aside for a minute. I made this one, and this one uses this Joy one-liner die from Paper Tray Ink. This one doesn't have any glitter. It's a little bit more simple. Let me set that one aside. And then I did this one, which has some embossed paper behind it in just a solid red color. And red, cream, and craft is one of my favorite combinations for Christmas cards. And then this one has also some embossing of just some green cardstock. I think I forget, it's an olivey color from Paper Tray Ink. So that's that one too. So I just used the negatives to make all of these different Christmas cards. And these are really flat, so they're really easy to mail. But they still look really striking with the glitter and the pattern papers behind them. So I got all those cards made for Christmas. And then this card, I actually designed this last year, but I just finished making the card this year. And this is actually an Impression Obsession background stamp that has the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas story on it. And I stamped it in white ink onto a larger size ticket die cut, and then I outlined it in glue and put glitter on it. And then this stamp is from Serendipity Stamps, and it's just a really neat Santa stamp. And I added some glitter to his beard, and if you can see his glasses, I added glossy accents to his glasses so they look like lenses. And then I just took some felt and made a holly die cut and popped that up on some foam dimensionals, and it just says "Believe in the Magic." So that's another Christmas card. And again, I try to keep them fairly flat for mailing, so that one will be going out to somebody at Christmas. And then I also made these cards with the Joy one-liner die, just a really simple blush pink and kind of a burgundy cardstock. And then I lined the Joy and the bottom of the card with glitter. So in person it looks really pretty. I don't know if you can kind of see that. So I did that one, and then on this one I actually used score tape. And I just put the glitter at the bottom and not in the Joy. But I ordered some larger width score tape that or is it score tape? I think that's what it's called. That I could layer behind here and put glitter on, and then put this piece on after I glitter, so that it would be glittered in two places. So I'm going to try that once the tape arrives. I didn't have any on hand when I made the card. And then I wanted to show you, I got this paper pad from Maja Designs, which is one of my favorite paper companies, and it's called Life in the Country, and I ordered this from CC Designs, and I just thought I'd share it with you. I really like country type papers. Aside from vintage, I also really like country style papers, and I just really liked, there's a lot of red and blue, cranberry colored red and green. I'm not doing a very good job of flipping through this, I'm sorry. There's some green with berries and a green and red check and some roses. So this is called, again, Life in the Country from Maja Designs, and you can kind of see on here all the different, I love those beige ones. I've already used most of those, I think. So anyway, those are the papers, and I thought you guys might be interested. I'm not sure if CC Designs, they had it. I don't know if it's sold out yet. Maja Design Papers, when they come in, they tend to sell out very fast, but if CC Designs doesn't have them, they're also carried by a company called Frilly and Funky. And if you need the link to that, I'll try and find it and put it in the YouTube video at the bottom in the comments or whatever. And then a couple other things. I scored a bunch of lace at the thrift store the other day. I think this was $4 for all 3 of these. So I just thought I would show them to you really quick. This one's just like a really simple, you know, but then this other one has like a scalloped edge to it that's really pretty. And I think this one's my favorite. Oops. And it has like a little tiny scallop. So that was a really good deal for tons of lace. And then at Hobby Lobby, I think you guys have already seen these. I think most people have shown them. But I grabbed some of these for gifts this year, just to close up. I give gift tags. I'm making a set of tags for each of my siblings. And I'm going to put them in a cello bag and then clip it closed with one of these clips. So I bought all different ones because I have 6 brothers and sisters. And I'm going to use a different one on each set of tags. So I got a few of those from Hobby Lobby. And these are just so cute. I love them. And then I was just going to show you kind of what I do in my room. You know, I told you guys I was unpacking all of my milk glass, and on the weekend I unpacked the last box from our garage. Following my husband's death, I was going through a lot of his things, and I found this box that I had not opened, and this was actually some pieces from my great-grandmother, I believe. Or not my great-grandmother, my grandmother, who has since passed away. And so anyway, these are some of her old milk glass pieces, and I cleaned them this weekend and brought them downstairs, and I'm using them to stage the tags that I'm working on for Christmas. Because what I like to do when I'm making tags is I die cut like all the pieces that I'm going to use. Like here's another set of tree tags, and I haven't glued them yet, so here's the front and the back. And as I'm getting ready to work, I always try to do all my die cutting and then set it aside. And a lot of times I'll take this upstairs in front of the TV and I'll ink them all while I'm watching a television program or whatever. This is another tag design using one of my very favorite stamp sets from Paper Tray Ink. It is called Peaceful Pine Cones, and it looks like this. And it makes the most beautiful pine cones and pine fronds or whatever. So anyway, so this is another tag design that I might work on for to put on the blog hop for Paper Tray Ink. So anyway, this is just where I have things staged for my tags, and you can see some of the different tags that I'm working on. This is for a Waltzing Mouse Stamps tag that I'm going to do. And then I don't know if you guys are familiar with a company called My Creative Time, but Emma is the owner, and she designs really pretty stamps and dies. And this is one of her die sets. So there's a back piece and then this front piece which has the stitching on it. And I want to make a tag set with these this year. So I'm going to put something in the center of this and then add ribbons and maybe these red and white buttons or something. So I have 6 of those cut out also ready to go. So this is just kind of my staging area. These are a bunch of things that I did last year at Christmas that I ended up not making cards with. And I tend to keep that kind of stuff, like as I have cards staged, things that I have set up to go, so that if I have a few seconds here or there, I can throw a card together pretty quickly, you know, just with whatever I have on hand. So, like I'll show you. I'm just going to grab this little snowman. Like this is the Tim Holtz snowman. And I've got to cut a black hat for him. So I got to get the die back out and do his hat because he needs some different colors. And I might try and do like a felt piece for his clothing or something. I haven't decided yet, but he needs a little something to make him pop. So, and then he'll go on a card. So this is just stuff that I fiddle around with. I make little things during the day, and then when I have time, I actually put them together and make a card with them. So, and then I was going to show you the other thing I do for staging a lot of times when I'm doing Christmas stuff, because I tend to keep all my Christmas stuff separate from my other things. This is just a box top from one of my stamp boxes. And in here I put all like extra die cuts of things that I'm working on. You know, so these might end up somehow on a tag or whatever. You never know. But anyway, so this is where I throw all my pieces of things that I've maybe die cut out, but I haven't necessarily used yet. Like this is the new snowman die from W+9. And I just did a card with this, which you can see on my blog. I guess I could go grab it and show it to you guys. Hold on just a second. Let me cover you up here for a minute. This is going to end up being too long of a video, but anyway, I used that die to create this card, and I made this little snowman, and I used the little frond die that I just showed you to make the angel wings on this snowman. So his wings are actually made with pieces of a die cut like this, and I just cut off pieces of it to make the wings on the snowman. Because you know me and angels, I have lots of angels in my life that are watching over my son and I. So, and this card says, whenever a snowman melts away, a snow angel is added to heaven that day. So anyway, I don't know why my camera isn't staying in focus. Okay, one last thing before I go. I was just going to kind of pan around my room a little bit so you guys can see some of the stuff I've staged. This is where I have a lot of my little Christmas things hanging out. These are some other tags that I've been working on. This is a die from Sissix that makes candy canes. And I wish somebody would come out with some other candy cane dies. I would like a bigger one that has like multiple size stripes or something that could be used to make tags and stuff. But anyway, and maybe someday somebody will do that. And then in here I just have different pieces of ribbon and things staged. These are all my jingle bells in different colors. And then different things that I might use on Christmas projects are just sitting there. So this is kind of, right now it's just staged all for Christmas. And then